Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. This is my third time trying to do this intro and I keep getting interrupted by my cat, so hopefully this one goes through. But for this plan with me, I am memory planning the week of April 10th through the 16th using this kit from Scribble Co. This art has now been reformatted, so it is in shop, but I am using the original mystery version, which I'll have to go back and look at it, but I want to say it was November 2021, possibly, or I could be completely wrong, I don't know. But yeah, it has been reformatted, so it is in shop. It'll just look a little bit different, but yeah, I got this in the buy-sell trade recently, and I am not a plant mom in any sense, but I thought that this art was really cute. I really like it, and I like all the colors and everything, so like I said, I got it on the buy-sell trade, so I got it really cheap, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use it, because I do really like it. I do think it is really cute. It's not necessarily like my vibe or my aesthetic, but I do really like all of the art. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like I said, I really like all the colors. I like the art. So I am really happy with how the spread turned out, other than this part that I'm doing right here, because I had meant to do this as like an open extender, so like it opened up from the outside to the inside. Sorry, let me turn my phone on silent. But yeah, I messed up and I put it on like the like right behind the sticker on Saturday, and it was supposed to be like on the actual paper itself there, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I just ended up doing an extender on Saturday to open up, but it wasn't quite the vision, but it's whatever. It's still there. I got to use all the stickers, so it's fine. I did pair this with silver foil for the most part. I used the foil bundle that it came with, as well as some Plan With Me stickers, overlays, and I used a bottom washi overlay from Plannahannah. You won't see that in the base because I didn't have it at this time, but you will see it when I do like the wiggle at the end. And then I also used Plannahannah underlays. I used her succulent underlays in navy, and I layered those over the silver bougie boxes, and I'm obsessed with them. They're such cute underlays, and I'm so glad that I had a reason to use them. So I did try and use some of like the square boxes and like the flags and stuff to try and get to see them some more, because I just think they're so cute. So I think that is it for like the base and all of that. If I for some reason forgot to mention where something is from, then just leave a comment down below or message me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is always down below in the description. But yeah, I think that's it for the base. So let's just get into the plans. So on Monday, the first thing that I marked was that I just had some cuddles with my boyfriend. I like marking it sometimes because he's not very much of a cuddler, but sometimes he'll just wake up in the morning and cuddle me, and then he'll wake me up that way. So I like that. So I like marking it sometimes, because I am a cuddler, but he is not. And then when I got up, I just watched some YouTube. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, but I did do my own scripts this week. So I used, like any scripts that I had. So I used some scripts from like the foil bundle and some other SPC and Plannahannah scripts that I had. But anything that I didn't have a script for, instead of writing it in, I did make my own scripts. I will try and remember to leave the name of the font down below, because I believe it's just a font off of defont.com. So I'll try and remember to leave that down below, but if I forget and you want the font, then feel free to just ask me. But yeah, so I watched some YouTube, and then I ended up just taking a nap. Then for lunch, my boyfriend and I had some quesadillas. And then I did work this day. I worked my 1 to 5 shift, which was the shift that I hated the most. I liked the 8 to 12 a lot more. But regardless, I did work this day. And then this night, I had been really wanting... So my mom always does mini meatloaves. Like, she does them in, like, the mini loaf pans. So I grew up off of those. I never really had, like, regular, like, full-size meatloaf. And honestly, I don't really like it that much like that. Like, my boyfriend's parents had made meatloaf, like, maybe a week or two before this. And even my boyfriend, and he doesn't really love my mom's cooking that much, but even he was like, yeah, I kind of like the mini meatloaves better. So I had been craving them. I had been really wanting them. So, but I don't have, or like, our oven isn't working right now. So I was like, how can I make these? So I decided to look up a recipe for the air fryer, and I made them that way. And they were pretty good. They weren't as good as my mom normally makes them, but that could also be just the fact that, like, it's not her making them. So obviously I'm going to make them slightly different anyway. But I was nervous about them in the air fryer. I was like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know if this is going to be good or not. But I did end up really liking them. So yeah, we're all good there. So I had to put in that I air fried some mini meatloaves this night. On to Tuesday, it was National Pet Day, so I of course had to put that in. And then it was my day off, and this day I did like a little quote-unquote weekend reel for Instagram. I'm pretty sure I only did it for that Tuesday, like that was all that it consisted of, but yeah, I don't know. I wanted to do like some type of little weekend vlog, but I'm just like, I'm really awkward and I don't know what to do, and then I get caught up with it and I don't end up filming anything. So I was like, okay, let me just do like a little weekend reel on Instagram. So that's what I did. And then I just made myself an air fried bagel. I've mentioned this before, but the air fried bagels are just so good. I'm like never gonna have a bagel another way. I want them all to be air fried. And then he did end up reading, let's see, what was I reading? Oh, I had started Gilded by Marissa Meyer this day. I can't tell if my cat, he's in my laundry bag, I think. Sorry, I got distracted. He's been over there like sniffing it. It's all clean stuff, but he's in there sniffing it, and now I'm seeing that he's literally like in the hamper. Anyway, I started Gilded this day. And then my boyfriend and I just had lunch out at a pond near us. We were gonna like sit outside and, you know, eat our lunch and hang out, but it was actually really windy this day, so it was kind of chilly. So we ended up just kind of parking near the pond and just sitting in the truck and eating, but it was still really nice. So yeah, we just kind of chilled and spent our lunch together. Well, no, I had the day off, so spent his lunch together out at the pond, which was really nice. And then when I got home, I ended up watching some more YouTube, and I ended up falling asleep with my cat. He probably came and like laid on me while I was sitting watching YouTube, and then I ended up just passing out with him, because usually that will happen. He'll come and like lay on me, and then I'll just end up falling asleep because it's just cozy. And you know, once a cat lays on you, you're not allowed to get up, so I just can't move from that point on, and then I end up falling asleep. And then this evening I ended up having a little bit of our Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie edible. That thing is dangerous because I could literally eat that whole thing. It's so good. But yeah, I have to ration myself and have a tiny piece because I definitely feel it. And for dinner, we had tacos and some Spanish rice. Then on to Wednesday, it was my payday. So of course had to put that in. It was also my day off. And then I ended up paying our Wi-Fi bill this day. And I forgot to mention, but I did, because SPC used to have like little icons in her kits, and the mini icons in the foil bundle could like layer over them. They fit over top of them. So I think this was the first time I ever tried doing that, and I layered some of the like foil icons and the icons from the kit, and it actually looked really cute. But I don't think she has icons in her kits anymore. So yeah, but it was fun to try out for this week at least. So yeah, I paid Wi-Fi, and then it was really cold this day. Now he's freaking out because the hamper. Oh yeah. Anyway, it was really cold, and it was like snowing and raining all day, when the day before was literally like nice and warm. Like, it was windy the day before, but it was still like a really warm day. And then this day it was super cold and snowy and rainy. So yeah, super random. At this time when I was doing the day by day, I did not have my icons to put in for that, but I have since gotten them and put them into the spread, so that will be like in the pictures on Instagram if you're curious to see. But it's just the Carly Plans like circle weather icons. And then I just marked that I bought too much shit, because I didn't really buy like that much, but I did a Plan a Hannah order. I mean, maybe I bought too much. Maybe I did like a really big Plan a Hannah order, because that is very possible. But yeah, I did a Plan a Hannah order, and then I also bought some of the ColourPop like Malibu Barbie collection. They had just come out with that recently, and I just got the eyeshadow palette and 2 of the lipsticks. I don't know what else was in the collection, but that was what I had gotten. Oh, and then I bought like one eyeshadow and then one like jelly shadow or whatever they call them. Those weren't part of the collection. Those were just like extra things because I wanted the free shipping, and I also I've been having fun with some of my ColourPop makeup, so yeah, I wanted to get a couple other things anyway. So, but I just put it in that I got Plan a Hannah and ColourPop Barbie, and then I just ended up taking a nap again, and I watched some YouTube. So again, I probably just was watching YouTube and fell asleep, or maybe I fell asleep and then I was like, yep, I'm gonna watch YouTube. I don't know. And then we got Pizza Hut this night, but it was really annoying because they were taking forever on our order. So we had been over at my boyfriend's parents' house for some reason. I don't know if we had gone over there to shower or get something or just visit or what, but I remember that we were at their house, and I placed the order for my pizza, and then it said it would be ready in in about 15 minutes. So I waited for the app to say like when it was ready, and then it said when it was ready, and then we still waited like 5 to 10 minutes before we got there. So we get there, we go up to the window, and they're like, oh, sorry, it's gonna be a couple more minutes, like it's not all done yet. So we're like, okay, that's fine. And they said we could wait at the window, or just like if someone else shows up behind us, then just kind of go back around or whatever. So we were like, okay, whatever. So we waited a couple minutes. They're still not coming out to us. Someone comes up behind us. So we're like, okay, gotta go around. So we go around, we pull up behind the people, and then once we get up to the window again, we're like, hey, we're still waiting on our order. And they're like, yeah, so we actually just like completely skipped over your order, so none of it's ready right now, and we're gonna have to wait for the pasta sauce to thaw, because we had gotten like a Alfredo pasta, so they needed the sauce to thaw. So we're like, it's gonna be about like 20 more minutes. Can you just go like park out front and wait? So we're already annoyed at this point, but we're like, okay, whatever. So we park, and we wait. It's been like 15-20 minutes at this point, and I decide to go inside because they still haven't brought our food. So I go inside and I'm like, hey, just trying to see what's up with our order. And they're like, oh, it's going to be another, like, 8 to 10 minutes. The sauce, like, just thawed. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I sit inside and I wait. And finally, they bring our food out to us. The pasta is nice and hot. The rest of the food is still warm, but it's not, like, as fresh as it could be because it was probably all done before the pasta was. But yeah, it was just really annoying. Like, on the app, don't say that it's done if it's not. I feel like there's some way that they can do that. So I was really annoyed. But we finally got our food, and then we went home and we ended up watching Murder Mystery 2, which is the Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston movie series, I guess, because there's 2 of them now. But yeah. On to Thursday, I marked that I was just super tired, and I used a little cat sticker to mark that of, like, a cat meowing, because I was kept up all night because Bucky was meowing a ton. So when I got up in the morning, I was very tired. And then I just worked on some printable stuff. I don't know what I was doing, but I was working on something printable. And then we got McDonald's for lunch. And then I had to go to work, another 1 to 5 shift, which I hate. And then, this was the night that I had a big dinner fail. So I had been really wanting to make this cheddar broccoli gnocchi that I had seen a recipe for. So I was making it, and it just did not turn out right. The sauce that I had to make, like, it didn't mix properly, because you're supposed to, like, I think you're supposed to have, like, flour and butter and cheese and stuff in there, and it just, like, it did not mix properly, so it was super grainy and clumpy, and it just was not good, and I was super mad. So I ended up having a little bit of a breakdown, which might sound dramatic, but that's just how I am. And I was like, see, this is why I don't cook. I don't like cooking. I am bad at cooking. I'm not always bad at cooking, but I don't like cooking. It stresses me out, and then if I do it wrong or it doesn't turn out good, then I get really upset. So I hate cooking, honestly. So I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, this is why I never cook, because I hate it and it doesn't turn out good. And I was just being a little bit dramatic, but I was very upset and I was sad about it. So then he ended up making tortellini, because we pretty much always have tortellini in our collection, because it's a safe food, it's a comfort food, it's always good, it's really easy and quick to make, so yeah. So we had tortellini that night for dinner, and we tossed all of the cheddar broccoli gnocchi. On to Friday, I ended up waking up with a headache. I think I woke up, like, multiple times this morning, and I had, like, a headache or a migraine or something, so I was just not feeling great. I did some more shopping. I did some more online shopping, because this was the Ultimate Planner sale, I believe, so I bought from a couple of different shops. And then I had work again. And then I did some more reading this day. I read some more of Gilded by Marissa Meyer. And then for dinner, we ended up just having some pizza leftovers. We just threw it in the air fryer and had that for dinner. And then I did end up air frying some cookies. I don't know if this was the first time we did it or not. I don't really know. It might have been, though, because it very well could have been this week. We were just trying a bunch of things in the air fryer. But either way, I air fried some chocolate chip cookies. And then I did some digital journaling. I did my May TBR spread. On to Saturday, the first thing that I marked was that I slept in. And in my planner, like on my phone, I put sleep in for the first time in so long. Because normally, like, when I sleep in, it's until, like, 8:20. Like, that's as long as I get, because, my boyfriend will kind of wake me up as he's leaving for work, and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to sleep, and I'll fall back asleep for a little bit, and like the longest I'll sleep is until like 8:20. So I don't really sleep in that much, but I guess this day I actually did sleep in. And then this was the start of the Fates and Favorites readathon. I'm so sorry that I'm clearing my throat. It's really annoying, but this was the start of the Fates and Favorites readathon, which, if anyone knows who Riley Marie is on YouTube, that was her like Patreon readathon for the end of this month, and it was really fun. You got like paired up with somebody, one of the other patrons, and you had to make a list of like your 10 favorite books, and then you get paired up with someone, and then you have to read each other's favorite books. So I had actually read 5 of the 10 books on my buddy's list, and all of them had been like 4 or 5 stars, I think. So it was a pretty good pairing, honestly. It was my goal to read the other 5. I think I read 2 of them, and then I have a third one on my TBR this month because I just didn't get to it in time. And the other 2 were kind of like, if I get to them, great. If I don't, I'm not too concerned. I'm sorry if you hear my cat being completely wild. Apparently he's got some major zoomies right now. So yeah, I did end up reading. I started Sleeping Giants, which was one of the books on her list. So I read some of that before work, and then obviously went to work, and then I ended up getting food from work for dinner. I did the dishes, and then I started the audiobook Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, I think. And that is one of the ones that was on her list that I didn't end up finishing. I've tried reading it before and just couldn't really get into it. It was the same this time. Like, it was fun while I was reading it, but then, once I put it down, I just didn't have a very strong urge to pick it back up. And my audiobook loan from Libby ended up getting returned, so I just kind of DNF'd it. I honestly don't know if I'll go back and pick it up at any point, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, on to Sunday. I had work this day, and then I got McDonald's for lunch, and then I did some laundry. I watched some YouTube, and then I ended up taking a nap with Bucky, because again, I think he probably came in late on me, and I fell asleep. And then for dinner, we ended up having some leftovers from my boyfriend's parents. They had made enchiladas and like Spanish rice, like the night before or something. So we went over there, and they gave us like some of their leftovers because they had like a ton. So we had that for dinner, and it was pretty good. So that is it for this plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave it a big thumbs up down below and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Like I said before, my Instagram handle is always in the description down below. And that is where I will post close-up pictures of the entire spread and tag all of the shops that I used and everything. So, yeah. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below or message me on Instagram. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in a new one very soon. Bye, friends!